should take some arsenic. I have made that joke before. NJ Transit is free all next week. That includes the Atlantic City Rail Line. Gonna see some weirdos on there. It's Comics and Shots, a completely improvised semi-comedic musing by Howard Stern's Mick the Nerd, aka YouTube and TikToks, Mick the Man, aka Mick the Maverick, aka guy trying not to sneeze. Or is he sneezing? Today's subject, Ghost in the Shell. Why yes, that was my coffee with Mick topic. But it was also a manga, and that counts. And I want to talk about that in relation to the first movie. At least the first scene of the first movie, which then takes a really weird turn from there. Actually, the whole vibe of the film takes a weird turn. Because, the manga was a serious cyberpunk thriller, of course, but the character designs were a little more, cartoony, you know? Kind of similar to the art style, Ranma and a Half or Dirty Pair, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, also, Major herself was a lot more emotional in the book. She was a lot more of a hard ass, and was actually able to get drunk. I don't know how that made sense. But also, she didn't need to get completely naked in order to turn invisible in the book, and why did they make that choice for the film? Why? And for that matter, why is it that no one actually commented on her being naked on the go? No one commented on this lady being naked for some reason. When going by the manga, she most likely didn't have to. She had an invisibility suit that she just completely wore over her clothing. Yeah, she didn't need to be naked at all. It's so weird. Ugh. It was kind of also more of a dark comedy, it seemed. Yeah. The first chapter, starts with, a human factory where these kids are, trained to, make stuff, and it ends with them not being completely saved, and the Major just giving a hard-ass speech to one of the kids she saved. And it's very different in the movie and the show. The movie and show makes her a lot more serious and stoic most of the time, and the manga she can be silly and also a hard-ass anti-hero. It's weird. But once again, nakedness. There are so many people who will defend the film for being arty and oh man, she's so separate from humanity. She doesn't even feel it has a real skin. It's just clothes. And no, it's just fan service presented as artiness. Because it's the 90s. That's what we do. Sex sells, baby. Sex sells. That's it. That's the entire reason. And that reason made sense for Motoko, but why the Puppet Master? Why was the Puppet Master tits out? Put a bra on that. It made no sense. The ending of that movie barely made any sense. Oh boy. But yeah, just from reading the first few chapters of the original manga to the movie, it's such a drastic change. The Unit 9, that's what they're called, right? They had all these cool mech suits and everything, and Major, it was pretty much just Major in the film. They didn't really have many mech suits. Yeah. Actually, in the film, there weren't that as many action scenes as there could be, too, which is weird because the manga was very strictly an action series. Once again, akin to Dirty Pair. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, the anime version ended up reigning supreme, and for the most part, Major Motoko Kusaragi, or is it Kusanagi, is seen as a stoic but caring character, whereas in the manga, she's a bit of a hot temper sometimes, She's called a gorilla woman. Yeah. A badass, canonically bisexual gorilla woman. Yeah. eh. Not saying the anime is bad. I mean, some people feel it kind of straight washes her a little bit during during the second season, but not saying the first movie is bad either. All the way, more that it was a product of its time. 90s anime movies really tried to bring it on home how philosophical and psychological and pretty they were. Hey, look at this. It's a serious art form. Please take us seriously. Are you taking us seriously yet? We've come a long way since Ghost in the Shell. But we also needed Ghost in the Shell to take animation seriously, so I thank it for that. Yeah. Although I do wish that there was a more accurate version of the manga, because, like I said, gruff, morally ambiguous anti-hero. Yeah. Very mysterious, too. Ah, well. Ah, well. Ah, well. Ah, well. With that, like, comment, and subscribe. Donate if you're feeling nice. Share it with a bear. And always remember, praise be to the blood elk, fear the stabopotamus, and death the Kronos. Whop. Saxophone! Have a night, folks.